Greetings, Vernon. My name is Karen Dino. I am the superintendent of schools. I'm very excited to be here with some esteemed administrators in the district. To my left is Dr. Mckay, our assistant superintendent, and of course to my right is Dr. Anderson, the principal of the high school, also with Mrs. Van Norton, vice principal here at Vernon Township High School, and of course Mr. Demsak at Vernon Township High School. We are really excited to talk to you about the opening of our schools. You've seen a series of podcasts from us from each one of our buildings and departments, really trying to help parents understand what does school look like, what should they expect when we start school in September. And it is September 8th, just so everybody knows. To reiterate, we are starting the Tuesday after Labor Day. That was a change earlier this week. And to talk about ways to make people feel healthy and safe and comfortable, I'm going to first ask Mr. Demsak to talk about some of the protocols we have in place up here at Vernon High School.
Thank you, Mr. Dino. First of all, hello everybody. How's everybody doing? We look forward to welcoming everybody back, whether remotely, in person on September 8th. It's been said many times in podcasts, our utmost importance is the health and safety of our students, staff, and faculty. So we put in place some precautions and some safety measures, including temperature checks, as you heard, for our students as they come in. So we're asking all of our students who drive to school, as well as who are getting dropped off. This year it's different, that you're going to be having to come in at 7 o'clock. We're going to be doing our temperature checks, and then you'll be coming in. Once you enter the building, you'll be seeing some students, students will be seeing some things differently as well too. Like our blue students will be getting blue lanyards with their IDs, and our gold students will be getting gold lanyards with their IDs. And we're doing that to make sure that everyone's safe. It's very hard to identify sometimes who we are with our masks on. So this will help us be able to determine that everyone is safe as well, because you're going to have to scan to certain places, such as the offices or bathrooms as well. Utmost safety has been a precaution of the entire administration across the district, especially the high school has taken paramount over the last 4 months. I just welcome everybody back. One day at a time, we'll get through this together. It was said recently, it's going to be different, but different isn't bad, different is okay, and we'll keep getting through it together. So thank you, Mr. Dino.
Thank you, Nick. Some of the other things we have going on up here, hand sanitizer everywhere, right?
Yes, indeed.
They're in every classroom, they're in our hallways, they're in our entryways. We also have pandemic response assistants.
Absolutely.
That are assigned to the high school. Those folks will be spraying down doorways, high contact areas, doorknobs, etc., getting in and out of classrooms as much as possible. Those things are really important. We want our parents to know that we take that very seriously, and we know that wearing a mask, washing hands frequently are two of the major ways that we can mitigate the spread of COVID-19. I think, Mrs. Van Norton, you're going to talk to us a little bit about Freshman Academy.
Yes.
Tell us what's happening for the freshmen. What an exciting time for them.
I'm Mrs. Van Orden. I oversee 9th and 10th grade students. Of course, I'm here for everyone, but I do oversee the 9th and 10th grade. I am so excited that on August 27th, which would have been a traditional freshman orientation in the building, the Freshman Academy team has put together a virtual tour of the building and a virtual orientation. There are 2 separate videos that are being released to you on August 27th. The first of which, the virtual tour of the building, you will get an opportunity to hear from your teachers. There's videos within this tour from the administration at the high school, guidance counselors. There are interactive maps, everything right on down to how to navigate to the nurse's office, how to navigate to the main office, and everything is almost a choose your own adventure. So I think you're really going to love that. It's an excellent resource, and it will be pushed out on the website, on social media, and I believe through School Messenger. The other is the virtual orientation. I just got off the phone actually with one of your Freshman Academy teachers, and she stated that all of the Freshman Academy teachers have gotten together for a Zoom meeting, and they're going to push that out to you. That will actually give you an opportunity to learn about the Pyramid of Success, hear from each one of the Freshman Academy teachers, and they're ending it with a giveaway. So you want to watch for that, see if your name is called, and prizes will be mailed out to those winners on August 27th as well. And finally, t-shirts. T-shirts this year will align with the color team that you're on. Virtual students, you too will be included in that. So the Freshman Academy teachers will assign a color to you specifically for the Freshman Academy teams. And you can also come in and pick up your t-shirt on or after when they release those t-shirts to the students. They hope to have them the first week of school. So blue teams, gold teams, your lanyard as well as your freshman t-shirt will match your team.
That's great, Jane. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that our virtual learners are going to be included. I think that's really important for our parents to hear. We want to be as inclusive as possible. You know, like Nick said, different is okay, right? There's nothing wrong with that. This is a different model. I really appreciate all the work the Freshman Academy teachers have already put forth in preparing our students. Dr. Anderson, why don't you talk to the folks at home about back to school night?
All right, back to school night is now scheduled for Friday, September 4th. That this back to school night will be virtual, but it will be that you follow your link of your children's schedules. Those schedules went out. I know counselors have been here. They've been working from home. If you have any concerns, please be sure to reach out to your child's counselor. Although we'll see some changes here at the high school, some things will remain the same. As students arrive, we'll still have our breakfast kiosks where you can purchase your breakfast and get to your first period class. As you know, as we begin the school year, we will be beginning with an early dismissal schedule. Because we were moving to a new schedule this year, our rotating schedule, where everyone was having a common lunch period, we will not be having any lunch in school. We will go periods 1 through 8 because lunch period doesn't have a period number now. And at the end of the day, if you've pre-ordered your lunch, you will go to the selected kiosk and you can grab your lunch and bring it home. There are forms on the website for parents to fill out because free lunches obviously will still be free. Reduced lunch prices are free this year also. So there's free breakfast and lunch if you fall under the reduced lunch or the free lunch category. So that's really important for parents to have those forms filled out accurately. In addition to all of the signs that will be up for safety, we also have signs at the corners of every hallway that will help you with getting to your classrooms, and there's always people around. Teachers will always be standing in the hallways as those classes change. This year, we will have 3-minute passings instead of 4-minute passing to allow for that extra time in the classrooms also and in the lunchroom. So we're excited about moving to our rotating schedule once we get back to school full-time, but for now we will have our early dismissal schedule at the beginning of the school year.
And Dr. Anderson, I really appreciate and things that parents need to realize at home, and even for students that might feel anxious, remember less than half of the student population will be here in the building. So if we've got approximately 30% of our student body that is out doing the virtual instruction,
Yes.
and we have the gold team in and the blue team in on alternating days, there will be plenty of help for the freshman students maybe who are worried about getting lost or not knowing where to go. The faculty is still here, right? So we have a full faculty helping less than half the children. So they will know where to go. They'll get familiar with the building quickly if they're worried about that. I'm sure Freshman Academy has covered that. I'm really glad you shared the part about free and reduced lunch. I think it's important for our parents at home to know that. And the pre-ordering piece, I think, can be done online or through an app, right? Through
That's
Genesis.
Yes, early next week we'll be sending out the first s'more of the year. That is a monthly newsletter that comes out from the administrative team, and we'll have all the links from Maureen Remner on there for ordering using your Google form to order your lunches, links for everything, including some of the workshops that we have been attending as administrators and as certificated teachers about blending learning, hybrid learning, synchronous learning, all of those things. We're going to be sending out some links so that if parents are interested in that kind of terminology and what it is that we're looking for, all of the teachers are getting that same training and have been trained throughout the summer. There's been hundreds of hours spent on creating more quality virtual lessons. Although the teachers did a fabulous job starting in March of last year, we were able to fine-tune those things, which is one of the wonderful things about education is that you have that summer to kind of stop and see what you wanted to do, and the teachers have been working very, very hard all summer long. So we're very, very proud of them. Faculty up here is unbelievable, and when you see this building, you'll know that our custodial and maintenance staff have been working hard all summer, and our secretaries have been in here answering phones, responding to working paper emails. I see a lot of our students getting working papers. So we're very proud of all of them and really very, very lucky to have such wonderful employees here at the high school.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson. And that's really a perfect segue for Dr. Mckay, who's going to fill in all the gaps on what we haven't talked about yet, discuss a couple of important deadlines.
As he always does.
He always does. So Dr. Mckay, floor is yours.
No, but first and foremost, kudos to the administration here at the high school. This has not been easy.
Yeah.
And as Dr. Anderson pointed out, we have content experts here.
Absolutely.
Real fine content experts all throughout the district, but up in the high school, it's, you know, the person who understands physics, the person who can teach that advanced geometry class, etc. And all of those people have either been working all summer long in preparing lessons that are both able to be made virtual or blended, as we're going to discuss, or the, you know, it's the classroom lesson that includes the technology pieces that are now part of our world. We had a large meeting this morning talking all about this with our administration team and how much the world changed on March 13th. And we all acknowledge the fact that amazing things have happened in education, but it's not always a smooth transition as we move towards that. So our whole goal this summer, as we've been talking about in all of our podcasts, is to take those content experts and make sure that they create the things that we need, and then we share them with all of our teachers to make sure that we have it all out there. It's not that we're looking to uniform things, it's more we're looking for what great ideas do we have for student engagement, particularly for our students who are virtual. And that's, you know, that's what we're going to talk more and more about, is about our virtual presence in your child's life. Now, people have been looking for us to say, what's a virtual day going to look like? And the answer at times has been frustrating to them when I said, well, there's autonomy with our teachers. That is not a pass. What that's really establishing is the fact that there's great teacher practices, what we call best practices, that we're now going to make sure that they're virtual as well. So give us a chance. There's great people up here. They're going to do great things. This freshman video that you're going to see, I think some people are going to go, why didn't we always do it this way? This is really phenomenal.
Amazing.
Once people start to get into that groove and are able to do some of these things, I think particularly our virtual students are going to realize that the experience of being online can be very rewarding if they're engaged with the teacher who is engaged with them. Thoreau said all education is a mind that sends and a mind that receives. That's exactly what we're going to do, and we're going to try to make sure that they connect. So, just a little bit of a housekeeping piece. We locked down the schedules in the last couple of days, and there were some people that were very upset about that because they're trying to make a decision, and we understand that. But the reason that we did that was, we now have our students in rosters, and you have gotten the rosters for the high school folks.
Right.
We usually have a traditional drop add date where we start to talk about when we want our students to start thinking about either dropping or meeting with their guidance counselor to say, this class isn't working for me. We're going to try to do that same thing here. And I know that we've said that people can move in and out, but what we're going to try to do is lock this down for the first couple of weeks, see how virtual education is going and how blended learning is going. So to our parents, we're going to ask you to give us patience. We just need till September 21st up here and in Glen Meadow in order to see what it looks like, to make sure that the virtual piece is working for our virtual learners, that the virtual piece is as rewarding as we need it to be with our teachers who are working, like I said, there's 400 days. I mean, hours, we're talking about thousands of hours that have been spent on this, but we want to make sure our teachers have time to ingest it and inculcate it and make sure it happens in the classroom. And that's what the 4 days in the beginning that everybody's pushing for, is so teachers can do that. And then on the 21st of September, at that point, we'll see where we are. And at that point, if people are not happy with either the virtual learning or they're worried about getting their students out of blended learning and into virtual learning, we would then take those queries and try to make sure that it happens for parents. We are not trying to go back on what we promised. What we're really trying to do is say, we have a great product. We have 2 great products, and we want you to see them first. If it's September 21st, really, for a blue or gold student, they've basically spent maybe 6 to 8 days with their teacher. Let's give that teacher a chance to see what that looks like, and what that, and the student a chance to see what that looks like, in the same way with virtual. So that's the information we wanted to get out today about that. But again, I want to say to the administration at the high school, this is a wonderful high school. It is, when we say comprehensive, and people start to say, well, how do you define comprehensive? You define comprehensive by saying you have AP Physics and AP US Push, and you have cosmetology, and you have culinary food system, and you have the arts, and you have a theater program, and you have sport. We have sports going on right now up here at the high school. We haven't even talked about it. Everybody's safe. we have students coming in every day and they're safe here. So,
We had a
so
Successful
far,
band camp.
successful band camp and all that goes on with the band, et cetera. So I think what this group represents is a monumental effort to make the very best educational opportunity for our students.
Yeah,
Thank you.
very well said, Dr. McKay. We thank everybody for watching, and of course, kudos, of course, to everybody here, high school administration, as well as everybody else who's done just a tremendous amount of work. Mr. Shea, of course, on the camera, who's been helping us with many podcasts and putting out this information to the community. We really, really are excited about the return of our students. We keep saying we're smiling behind our masks. I know that it's hard for you to see. We can't wait to have our students either virtually or live in the classroom. Education happens when we're together, right? Whether it's virtual or whether it's live instruction. We can't wait to have everybody back. Please allow us that opportunity those first few weeks of school to see how we're doing before you make a final decision. This is different. It's challenging. It's not easy for anybody, but we're going to keep caring for each other like we always have in Vernon, and we're ready to embark on a new school year. So we look forward to seeing you September 8th here in school or virtually, and we can't wait to start the year with you. Welcome back, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.